rock bang.
So the main one, Brendan Beans on main one, Drew Carlton 2, Brendan and Drew on 1, Joy and Lachlan on 2, Natasha and Kelly on 3, Lee and Jody on 4, Adam Hayes and Robin on 5, Vince and Paul Potter on 6, Dana and Jamie Rivera on 7, Kenny Lachlan and Francis on 8, Cameron Johnson and Ryan Apple on 9, Benjamin Jefferson, Derek Evans on 10, Colin Payne Stewart, he's on 11, Brett Martin and Sian on 12, Ashley on 13, Scott on 13, Steve Reynolds 14, Greg Fox 14, Jess Allen and Christian Labour on 15, Brian David and David Stewart on 16, Matt Cox on 17, Robert James and Jay Denning on 18, Robert Lathas and Alexi hits on 19, Terry D, Morgan James on 20, Brad Nelson on 21,
Welcome everybody to the 2017 Australian Masters. My name is Chris Commane and I'll be your commentator for this evening. We did have a one-game roll-off previously between Matt Crennis and Andrew MacArthur. They did both tie for 12th place. So Andrew did win that roll-off, so he'll be continuing to the next round. Looks like they're just finishing the oiling. And we'll get going for round 2 very, very shortly. Okay, so as it looks like the lanes are about to go into practice, if you do have any questions, just comment on our Facebook page, Wyncity Bowl and Entertainment, or any feedback for the broadcast. You know, if you've got any audio problems or you're not hearing me, am I too loud, or not loud enough, just send us a comment. We did have quite a few past champions and Australian reps not actually make it through to round 2. So we've had a couple of upsets already. So David Porto, Dion Alexander, Mitch Maris, who won in 2008, they all missed out on the second round. So my favourite, David Porto, has actually gone early. It was definitely my tip to win the whole thing. And I love you too, Matt Crammond. So as we've got about a minute and a half left of warm-up, so I'll just go through who we've got on our feature pairs. So on lanes 9 and 10, we have from WA Cameron Johnson, Ben Allison from Tasmania, Ryan Edgar from Queensland, and Derek Adams representing the Defence Force. On 11 and 12, we've got Lauren Tate from ACT, Beck Martin from Victoria, Sarah Heath from New South Wales, and Sian Odviano. If I've pronounced that incorrectly, someone please let me know. On 13 and 14, we've got Ashley Warren from South Australia, Stephen Reynolds from New South Wales, Scott Robertson from New South Wales, and Bradley Goss from Tasmania. If you want to know how a specific bowler's going, I can see from lanes the scores from about 9 and 10 through to 23 and 24, so if they're on that pair, I will let you know. So every game, everyone moves 2 pairs. We do actually have an American pro, Kelly Kulik, bowling in this squad. She's down on lanes 3 and 4, so we should get her on the live pair for a couple of games, actually, games 4 and 5. So there's a treat to hold out for. Great shot there by Beck Martin. Definitely one of the favourites to win the whole thing. So yeah, definitely scores throughout the week were quite high scoring. This is similar conditions, also a medium pattern, but it is a little bit tighter down the lane. So not quite as much area as the Nationals pattern. But definitely there were some big scores in round 1, so if you can get your line, you can bowl some big scores. Spare from Ash there. He was very, very solid in game 1. A couple of big 279s and then some 2 teens to go along with it. So if he does that again in this round, I'd say he'll be in round 3. To 8-10 there for Ryan Edgar. Nearly actually shot 2 300s in one series the other day. 300 in the first game and front 10 in the last game. So he can definitely shoot some scores if he gets on a roll. It's Derek Adams on lane 10. A great shot from him. It's actually the first person in Australia to bowl back-to-back 300s when he was 15, so definitely one to watch out for. There's actually speculation he wouldn't be bowling in the final, that he hurt his thumb, but he is here and he can definitely do well. Spare there from Sarah Heath. Paul Delaney tells me Steve Reynolds, who's stepping up now on lane 13, can't actually play right of 20, but I've seen him score quite high from there this week, as evidenced by that shot. does what he needs to do. Early double there for Beck Martin. She's definitely one that if she gets going, she will be hard to stop in this tournament.
Are you live?
I am live, David.
Are you live? Oh, okay, that's cool. What am I not allowed to say? What words? Tell me some words I'm not allowed to say.
Most 4-letter words you're not allowed to say.
4-letter words? Alright. Penis.
Oh. You can answer to your mother about that one, David.
I was going to push the button.
Massive scout there from Scott Robertson. Opens up with the front three.
I feel like Chris is under pressure now.
Yeah, definitely. Big audience. Big time.
That was on TV, man. Live TV on the YouTubes.
Half a hand down there too.
Yeah, I was waiting for you.
Nice spare there from Brad Goss.
How do I get it on commentary? How do I get on commentary?
That's 4 in a row for Scott. He's got definitely off to a great start, and he did bowl very well in round one, so another one to watch out for. Definitely looks more on this pattern than the Nationals pattern. If you get a little bit quick or a little bit wide, the ball doesn't tend to make it back. Great shot there from Ash. Ring 10 there for Steve. He's still off to a very good start, right of 20. Make it 5 for Scott. And he's loving it too. Look at him. He's getting around him. A little bit wide, nearly got the trip too. Back-to-back 8-10s there from Ben. He sees the funny side of it, but I know he'd like to do better. Great shot there from Ash Warren. Handy double early. So he got wide and fast on that one. Left the washout. Great shot there from Brad. Makes it 3 in a row. 3 spares and then a turkey for Brad. Definitely the start he was after. Great shot there from Derek. It's a little bit left, but the ball did hold its line there for Beck, so off to a pretty good start as well. Ben definitely looks lost on lane 9 there. And a miss there for Lauren. He likes it. Oh, and that jumped huge late. You'll know pretty soon as Ash throws it if he likes it or not, and he looked like he liked that until about 50 feet. Great shot there from Beck Martin. Gives her a double. Brad going for 4 in a row.
Straw's courtesy there.
Great shot there from Ben Allison. After a shaky start, he had 70 in the 6th, and that gives him strike in the 7th, max 190. That's a double for Sarah. Harsh 710 there for Ash. It's definitely high, but maybe 40 could have left a 4-pin on that one. So yeah, looking around at the scores on other pairs, there's not many huge games, so if you can get one big game, it could make the difference. And then just be solid for the rest. Spare there from Lauren. So the spare there from Derek, he puts him on about a 207 pace if he strikes pairs out. That open puts Ryan on 100 in the 7th frame. So Ash Warren's getting up here in the 9th frame after back-to-back opens. He can punch out for a 199. Yeah, he bowled at 279 first game of last block, so I'd say, yeah, he's scratching his head there. He looks a bit confused. See how he picks himself up from this. We do have him again on the next game on lanes 9 and 10, so yeah, makes the spare comfortably. Trip 4 there for Ryan Edgar. Yeah, Scotch has been a little bit quick on those last two. Still can punch out though for a 231. So he'd definitely like to do that in the 10th frame. It'd be a very good start for him. Spare there for Brad. So Brad's on about a 202 pace. He spare strikes in the 10th. Spare there for Beck. Oh my god, what an 8-pin there for Ben Allison. Don't think you can quite believe that. Great shot there from Ash. And a spare from Ben. So on 11 and 12 it looks like, so Lauren can strike out in the 10 for a 194. Sarah with a spare here could strike out for a 195. Beck Martin can strike out for a 223. And Sian can bag out for a 178. 13 and 14, so if Steve makes a spare and strikes, he'd have 192. If Ash punches out, it'll be a 189. And he got the second one in the 10th. Brad can strike out for a 212. And Scott, who opened the 9th, can bag out for a 220. Jason Turai from South Australia wants to know, where can I get a good furphy from? Well, if you go to the bar, I'm sure you could find a furphy. Furphy is, of course, Victoria's best beer from Geelong. Strike there gives Ash a 189, so we'll definitely be looking to improve on that next game. But as I said earlier, he did bowl very well in the first round, so he's definitely got it in him. Of course, Ash, the last 2 years previous to this one, did finish runner-up, so we know how bad he wants to go one better this year. So on lanes 9 and 10, Derek can spare this and strike out for a 217. Ben Allison could strike out for a 169. Ryan could strike out for a 190, and Cameron could strike out for a 218. So that's a 192 there for Stephen Reynolds, 189 for Ashley Warren. Beck opens the 10th for a 200 on the nose. Great shot there from Brad. This is Brad's first Open Masters appearance since 2007. So 10 years in between drinks, but he's off to a good start here. Bowled very well in round 1, so you just never know in this event. 2-8 there for Cameron. So Cameron can spare strike this one for a 196. Great shot there from Sian and from Brad. And from Ben. So that gives Ben Allison a 157. Lauren Tate finished on a 171. Ring 10 there for Sarah. And a spare for Cameron. Very handy double there for Sian. So one more will give her a 178. Brad finishes on a 212. And Scott Robertson finished on a 199 after a hot start. He'll be very disappointed of that. So that gives Cameron a 195. There's a lot of, 180s, 190s around at the moment, so Strike there gives Sian a 178. Could have been a lot worse. She finished with the last 4, so she'll look to build on that next game. Two pin there for Ryan. Great shot there from Derek. So that strike gives Derek a 195. And that strike gives Sarah a 184. Ryan missed the 2 pin. Oh my god. It's a 157. But as I said earlier, he's capable of some huge games. So, you know, 157, not the ideal start obviously, but he can definitely bounce back. So that concludes game 1 on our featured pairs. It's like a couple of people just finishing off their games at the moment. So Zach Krebex wants to know, what do you think the average to cut to the next stage will be for the girls and guys? I'll say for the guys, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 208. Just because it looks like with this re-oil, the lanes definitely look a lot tighter.
A lot of splits.
Yeah, quite a lot of splits. So I think definitely, yeah, a little bit lower, but there's definitely a lot of ability in the men's on this. So I'll say 208. The women's, once again, a lot more ability than round 1. So I'll say for the women's, conservatively a 190, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's higher, say towards 195, 200, because there's a lot of women in this squad that can get it going. Andrew Phillips wants to know, Omega or Okada? I'm going to say Okada, because it looks like Omega can only have 5-star matches with Okada, and then Okada can have a good match with anyone. So I'm going to go Okada, and I'm seeing him next month. Alright, so starting game 2 off, Matt Cox open up with a Brooklyn there. Ben Allison just looks lost at the moment. Great shot there from Vince Romeo. So on our feature pair, so lane 9, we've got Ashley Warren and Scott Robertson again. They're joined by Vince Romeo and Paul Trotter. Lane 11, we have Jess Allen and Christine. I'll get back to you on the surname. Lane 12, we've got Jenny Notman and Melissa Ann Fisher. Lane 13, we've got Matt Cox and Rockaway living legend Morty Douglas. And then back on lane 14, we've got Ben Allison and Derek Adams. Definitely got some, some past winners. Paul Trotter, of course, famously went to France. And I do apologise, so on lane 11 we had Christine Rota. New Zealand representing us in the Australian Masters. Great shot there from Derek. Any pattern where Derek can just, blast the ball down 5 is a pattern that he is going to be competitive on. So it looks like he's been able to do that so far. Spare there from Trots. I don't think we'll see Trots miss any spares today on the broadcast. But then again, anything can happen. Six pin there for Ben. Ben did actually change to two-handed about 18 months ago when he broke his forearm, so he's doing very well. This is his first Australian Masters appearance. And Ash Warren loved that one. Maybe a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but he's definitely hoping that's the start of something. .610 there from Jenny Notman, definitely one of the contenders in this tournament. Spare there from Jenny. Just 210 back in the pit there for Derek, the first 2 frames. So, as I said earlier, first person in Australia to bowl back-to-back 300, so he can definitely shoot the lights out if need be. Another 2-pin there for Trots on lane 9. Speaking of shooting the lights out, Paul Trotter, of course, has the highest ever series for an Australian, 896, bowled in the World Cup at Latvia. Thank you to Beck Whiting for reminding me of that. But yes, Paul can definitely strike, and strike a lot. Could this be the start of something for Ben? He's hoping so, because he needs it after that first game. Flat 10 there for Morty. He's looking for the Newman, but didn't quite fall. Oh, lucky break there for Vince. And he will take it. Yeah. Looks like Derek didn't quite get all of that one when he let it go, so looks like he dumped the ball onto the lane rather than just rolled it nicely. Spare there from Morty. Another very safe spare shooter. He'll be there all day. Yeah, Jenny just looks like she's just still sorting this pair out, so that's the third 2-pin in a row there for Trots. Looks like a little bit perplexed, but he's definitely one to figure it out quickly. 2-pin there from Scott. Oh, huge messenger there from Matt. He loves it. Look at him. Little bit light there from Ash leaving the 8-10. That was for 3 in a row. Oh, Derek's missed it. Just a tad high again, but I think we can expect about 3 or 4 in a row coming Jenny's way any second. You can just feel it happening. And there's the Wyncity trip 2 pin there from Scott. The amount of trip 2s I've seen this week, oh my god. Nice spare there from Jenny. If you believe it, Paul Trotter, 4 2-pins in a row. He's like, where's my 2-pin love? He's not getting it this game. Four 2-pins, 4 spares for Trots. Great shot there from Christine. Also, if you guys would like any guest commentators at all during any of this, obviously those who aren't bowling, let me know and I'll see if we can line someone up. Great shot there from Vince. He's had a lot of success with the urethane this week. Just missing out on the All-Stars in Rockaway. Big 4 there from Jenny. Make it 4 in a row there for Matt Cox. Matt's gone strike spare 4 in a row. Alright, so we have the scores through now from the first game. So we had, I'll just say our top 12. So in first place, Michael Murray, 267. Second, Vince Romeo, 248. Third, Adam Hayes, 236. Fourth, Morty Douglas, 236. Fifth, Braden Nelson, 229. Sixth, Troy Gaylord, 221. 7th, Robert Townsend, 217. 8th, Andrew MacArthur, 214. 9th, Brad Goss, 212. 10th, Jaden Lemming, 208. 11th, Scott Robertson, 199. And rounding out the top 12, Cameron Johnson, 195. So definitely a lot of room to move for some of those people just outside the top 12. And in the women, so first place, Kelly Kulik, 234. Second, Morgan James, 218. Third, Jamie Maglieri, 210. Fourth, Dina Buxton, 209. Fifth, Jess Allen, 209. Sixth, Beck Martin, 200. Seventh, Amy Brown, 199. Eighth, Kerry D, 196. Ninth, Christine Rota, 193. 10th, defending champion Alexia Hicks, 191. 11th, Sarah Heath, 184. And 12th, Melissa Ann Fisher on 182. So yeah, in the men's and women's division, definitely, no one's breaking out early here by the looks of it. So definitely some room to move. You can get a good game. Great shot there from Jenny. Two 410 there from Jess, just a little bit wide by the looks of it on that one. That's more like it from Paul Trotter. Great shot there from Morty. So let's go through some of the scores here. So 13 and 14. On lane 13, Matt Cox has gone strike spare 5 in a row. So he's definitely looking great this game. Morty, with that strike, gives him a max of 249 in the 7th. Ben Allison still just trying to find it. He can bag out there for a 214. That makes it 3 in a row for Derek, so he can actually punch out for a 243. On 11, we've got Jenny, so with the strike there in the 6, she can finish off for a 229 if she strikes out. Mel Fisher, so she's got a maximum of 233. Jess Allen can bag out for a 224. Christine, if she spares this, can finish also on a 223. On 9 and 10, so just getting the scores through from there. Great shot there from Ben. He needs strikes and he needs them now. So that makes it 3 in a row from Trots. So on lane 9, so Ash Warren can find a 211 if he strikes out. 2-pin there from Scott. So if he bears this and strikes out, he can still get a 258. Vince Romeo can strike out for a 225 and Trots strike out for a 257. So some potential, some big games here on the feature pairs. And a double there from Jenny, so that 4-bagger might be coming right now. Ring 10 there from Derek. Nice spare there from El. Another very, very solid spare shooter. Great shot there from Ash. Once again, just looks like he's just on the cusp of getting going, but just not quite yet. Vince did have the big first game, so he has a little bit of room to breathe here. Can still finish it out though for a 204, so not crisis situation yet by any means. Nice spare there from Christine. Shout out to all the New Zealanders that may be watching today. Nice jersey squasher there from Ben. Gives him a nice little double there heading into the 10th frame. And a great shot from Matt, so that makes it a 7 in a row. Can strike out in the 10th frame for a 280. Once again, go to the Wyncity Bowl and Entertainment Facebook page. Post any questions you would like answered on air. Great shot there from Jess. Paul Trotter. Didn't quite get all of that one. The Wyncity 7 pin there for Derek. There's 3 in a row. One more for that 4-bagger. Here comes Jenny Notman. I'm just going to say it. She's going to strike out for a 229. She's on. Morty for 3 in a row. Oh my God! He loved that one. He doesn't get many scouts, but when he does, it's an event. Solid 9 there from Vince. Yeah, I think he knew that one was a little bit left. 4 pin just ends the streak there from Matt, so he's definitely still got a huge game here. If he spares this one and strikes, he'll have a 259, so definitely what he was after a good first game. Jenny, there it is, there's the 4-bagger. Nice spare there from Ben. So Ben here can strike on the fill for a 193. Better than his first game, but he still has a lot of work to do to catch up. Nice spare there from Matt. So Mel Fisher getting up now on lane 12. Mel has actually gone overseas this year to bowl on the PWBA, so definitely one with international experience. And another one I think on the cusp of just you know, making those Australian teams, you know, bowling in more stuff overseas. She's definitely one that could have a lot of overseas success. Great shot there from Trots. Oh, the commentator's curse there. Great game there from Matt. So that gives Matt Cox a 258. Jenny for 5 in a row. Looks a little inside. Oh, not what she was after at all there. Great shot there from Ash Warren. Nice little heel click too. just chops the spare there. So Jenny finished there with 194. Ben Allison had 191 on lane 13. Jess Allen opening the 10th there for 178. Derek can spare this 10 pin for 201. There it is. He really wanted that one. That double in the 10th. One more on the fill here from Waddy will give him a 249. That miss gives Derek a 200. Vince leaving the 2810 there, but that was on the fill ball, so that will give Vince a 180. That 3610 for Ash gives him a 208. Nice spare there from Christine. Mel crossing over. That gives her a 180 game. Looks like a test there from Morty. It's a nice 248 there from Morty. A couple of big games there on lane 13 and 14. Strikes are flowing now by the looks of it on that pair. Trot steps up. And leaves a 5 pin. Great shot there from Scott Robertson. So Scott can punch out the 10 frame for a 236. So yeah, disappointing end to his previous game, but he's bounced back here. Nice spare there from Trots. He's had a lot of practice going at that 5 pin, I do believe. Trots can strike on the field ball for a 214. Oh, great shot there from Scott. He has a lot of power, this boy. Nice shot there from Trot. So 214 for Paul Trotter. Strike here will give Scott a 236. Nice comeback there from Scott. I do hear some clapping coming from the bottom end of the house, so let me just investigate. So I thought we might have had a 300 alert there, but not to be. It just looks like we just had some happy people clapping. I've just confirmed. So the clapping just a moment ago, Jody Koss from the Defence Force bowled a big 250 game. So
Bree as well on the same pair.
and Bree
McPherson.
McPherson also had a big game. So
256.
256 for Bree, as you probably just heard. Special comments there from Big Match John McCall.
Big match. Big match.
Not big game or big series,
Just big match.
just big match.
No big series.
That's why it's not in the cut.
Definitely. $7.10.
Alright, so on our feature pairs here, so on lane 13 and 14, we have Braden Nelson and Michael Murray. And 13-14, once again, we've got Vince Romeo and Paul Trotter. Lane 11,
Paul Trotter.
the Paul Trotter. Lane 11, we have Jenny Burton Douglas, so expect some lane rides and some entertainment. Along with Alexia Hicks, the defending champion. We have on lane 12, Bree McPherson and Jodie Koss. Bree did leave that 7-10, but it looks like it was actually a foul, so looks like it's actually worked out for her better here. Lane 9, we have Matt Cox and Morty Douglas once again, and on lane 10 we've got Troy Gaillard and Lachlan Merchant. A little bit wide there from Michael. Flat 10 there from Lachlan. Looks like he's also going the urethane option. So a lot of people have done that with some success this week. So great shot there from Braden. Pretty much anyone who's made the cut is capable of some big scores in this centre. Vince has actually put the urethane away by the looks of that shot. Yeah, a little bit quick there from Michael. Nice spare there from Lachlan. Vince, son of Sam Romeo. Definitely a legend of yesteryear. Looking to make his own name. A bit of a whiff there from Michael. He's another one that can get a lot of strikes once he gets going. So he has opened the first two, but definitely don't count him out. Trotsy on lane 13. Yeah.
Like that one.
He liked that. Nice double to open up the game there for Trots. Once again, any questions or requests for guest commentators, Wyncity Bowling Entertainment's Facebook page. Great shot there from Morty. That half pocket hit is very successful in this bowling centre. Bit of controversy here to start on lane 12. Maybe an issue with the foul line. Bit of conversing here with John Coxon. We might just investigate what's going on here. So it looks like, it gave Brie a foul. She did leave a pocket 7-10. She's just explaining, John did just check the foul line, so it looks like she's just explaining to John and Fiona that she didn't foul, but...
A bit confusing.
A bit...
Would want the 7-10.
Yeah, like she did leave a 7-10, so I would, if it's just me, I would take the foul, but if you didn't foul, like you don't want this sort of thing happening, so, the rule normally would be you do have to keep posted at the foul line just to show that your foot is behind the line, but looks like they might just be taking a wait and see approach here.
Stiff 10 there from Trots.
Yeah, flat 10 from Trots there. Spare there from Troy.
Michael on the board with a spare.
Yes. Close his first frame there in the third. Super wash out there. Lachlan looks a little bit confused at the moment.
Too quick.
Yeah, a little bit quick. Looked a little bit wide too, so... Oh, nearly the spare there from Morty. Vince back to the urethane. Leaves the flat 10. He has a very good temperament, Vince. I have seen him when he's angry though, so I won't speak too early, but all week he's had a very good, positive attitude. And in an event like this where it's just such a grind, it definitely helps being positive. Nice spare there from Vince. It looks like we might have a developing situation here on lane 11 and 12. We'll let you know more once we know more. I'm sure there's definitely more to it.
I think she's settled for a foul.
Yeah.
So soft 7 from Lockie.
Yeah.
Lane 9.
So it looks like Matt Cox has gone spare 3 in a row on lane 10. Morty went open, strike again. Troy had an open, strike, spare, strike, and Lachlan can spare this one. So it looks like they're just retesting the approach here. Might be back underway in a moment on lane 11 and 12. Lachlan whiffs the 7. Right, let's see how we go here with Bree's spare shot. Look, I'm sure it's nothing to do with the 710, but as I said, more once we find out. And after all that, a nice spare. She did stick a little bit though at the line, so let's just keep an eye on that. Still just talking there with John. I'm sure he'll get to the bottom of it. Alright, so we've got a bit of clarification on the situation there with Bree on lane 12.
Huge 7-9 there from Braden.
Yes. So basically what happened, so Bree got a foul. She did leave a 7-10, but she didn't plant her foot because she didn't actually hear the foul light go off. So she had no indication that it was actually a foul. And I guess, so, you know, there's a bit of validity to the fact that Bree didn't actually know that it was a foul, and that's why she didn't plant her foot there and just get someone to come check it. So she was wanting to re-bowl the shot just because she didn't hear the actual foul light. So that's why John tested it. John's come to the ruling of either, you know, you didn't hear the foul light, so you can either have the 7-10 or the foul, and it looks like, you know, cooler heads have prevailed and we've taken the foul. But that's just why there was a little bit of conversing going on there. It just makes a little bit more sense now. Pocket 7-10 there from Trots.
Huge 7-10.
Morty. So that gives Morty 3 in a row. So halfway through on lane 9 and 10, so Troy can strike out for a 237. Matt can strike out for a 269, Morty for a 247. And Lachlan can strike out for a 232. Make that a 212. Lane 13 and 14, so Vince can strike out for a 244. Trots for a 247. Braden for a 234. And Michael Murray for a 236. 11 and 12, just with the delay there quite early into the game, so we'll be able to keep more of an eye on that one as we progress. Looks like Lachlan's changed to the code red.
It looked like a pitch red.
Maybe a pitch red.
Could have it sanded.
Lachlan owns about 15 urethane, so it could be either. Great spare there from Braden. Just one of the many young talents from WA that they just keep producing every year.
Won the
What
youth
does...
singles 2
Yes,
years ago.
he did win new singles. What does Ken Thompson keep putting in the water? Great shot there from Jenny, turning back the clock, blowing out the 5. Betting she's done that many times over the years. And of course the passion that comes out after every strike.
Another ball change from Lachlan.
Yeah, looks like Lachlan's gone reactive. Nice change there. Looks like the higher ref players can move in a little bit and just open up the lane, so... Great shot there from Bree. Bree was another one that's gone overseas this year just to better herself and better her bowling. And she'll only keep getting better. She throws the ball very well. Yeah, it was a little inside off the hand, that one from Alexia. Nice spare there from Trots. Yeah, a little bit quick there from Jodie. Wyncity 7 there by Braden. Great shot there from Jenny. Gives her a double. Oh, and there's the trip too. Just adding to the hundreds that we've seen this week. A great shot there from Vince for a double. Oh, Trots with the Brooklyn. And he likes it too.
Bit wide there.
Yeah, a little bit wide.
Inside.
Yeah,
from most.
yeah. Pulled that a little. It looks like he double bounced it off the hand. So still strikes galore from Matt Cox and Morty Douglas. So Matt can finish still on 269 pace. Morty going for 5 in a row in a moment. Great spare there from Lachlan.
Very late
Lachlan,
tempo for Jodie.
yeah, nice one there. Looks like Lachlan can, with that spare, can punch out for 192. Morty for 5. And there it is. Slap that 10 out of there. Alright, so we've got a bit of a score update here, so I'll just do the top 12 again. So first place, Morty Douglas on 484. Second, Michael Murray on 466. Third, Matt Cox on 446. Scott Robertson on 4th in... I'll start again. Scott Robertson in 4th on 435. Andrew MacArthur 5th, 434. Vince Romeo in 6th, 428. 7th, Adam Hayes, 427. 8th, Braden Nelson, 420. 9th, Robert Townsend, 415. 10th, Troy Gaylard, 412. 11th, Paul Trotter, 407. And 12th, Ashley Warren, 397. So scores are definitely lower than we expected. But then again, once these lanes open up after the re-oil, the strikes will come. In the ladies, first Kelly Kulik on 480. Second Dina Buxton 443. Third Jodie Koss 431. Fourth Beck Martin 427. Fifth Morgan James 414. Sixth Amy Brown 399. Seventh Bria McPherson 398. Eighth Sian Ottaviano 387. Ninth Jess Allen 387. 10th Jamie Lee Spiller 381. 11th Kerry D 377. And 12th Jenny Burton Douglas 376. But there are quite a few that are less than 10 pins behind Jenny, so a lot can happen there in the women's. Trot just blows out the rack there. 310 from Lachlan. Looks all over the place. He's questioning his life. But is one to definitely get it back on track very quickly. Oh, very stiff 410 there for Bree. Great shot again for Braden.
Bree still looks to be having a bit of troubles with the approaches.
Yeah.
It's a bit stiff.
So yeah, Matt Cox has a 4-bagger there on lane 9. Morty's just about to go for 6 in a row. Troy Gaylard does have a turkey heading into the 10th. He can still finish with 237. Morty for 6. Oh! Dick Webber wall shot there for Morty and 6 in a row. A little bit light, a little bit quick there from Alexia by the looks of it. Holds its line nicely there for Jodie. By the sounds of it, Jodie definitely has a lot of support up the back, so always helps. Trip 4 there for Michael, gives him a double. Trot's going for 3 in a row in the 9th frame. Matt Cox here going for 5 in a row in the 10th. Oh, and there it is. Second trip 2 of the game there for Matt. Trot's wanted the wall shot, but not to be. Troy for 4 in a row. Leaves the 4-7. Jenny Burton. Oh, the Wyncity 7 there. See, I did think we had Kelly Kulik for games 4 and 5, but it looks like we'll only have her there for game 5. Nice spare there for Jenny. And a nice spare for Vince. So Vince, with the spare, can strike on the fill ball for a 180. Braden can strike out the 10th here for a 200. Matt just leaves the 10 pin. Yeah, a little bit quick, pinch quick, but got the flat 10 by the looks of it there. So Bree having a little bit of trouble this game. Can still finish with a 191, which looks on the pace at the moment in the women's, so she can definitely still get out of trouble. Great shot from Alexia. And Braden opens the 10th for a 168. So Matt Cox finished on a 268. Troy Gaylard 215. Morty gets the first one in the 10th. So another one puts Morty in the 240s. Lachlan can strike out in the 10th for a 180. A solid 9 there for Trots. He liked it, he didn't, and I'm sure he didn't like the result. Yeah, Michael looks a little bit lost on this pair. Definitely be keen to get off it. He was up there, up the top there after 2, so not too much damage done yet. If Michael spares this and strikes on the fill, he can still get a 183, so not danger yet for Michael. Nice spare from Trots. Yeah, a little bit wide again there from Lachlan. Oh, nearly had it. And she would have taken it too, trust me. Oh, Morty got away with that one. He looked a little bit inside. And he knew it. Just referencing to his lack of revs. 10 pin there for Trots gives him a 204. So just consolidating his spot. Great game there from Waddy at 247. So the one there from Lachlan gives him a 167 game. So not the best 3 games, but I've seen Lachlan many times just bounce back out of nowhere. He could easily shoot 750 for the last 3 games. Nice spare there from Lexi. So, by the looks of it here, so Bree can still strike out in the 9th and 10th for a 180, 181. Spare there from Jenny in the 9th, she can still get a 198. Alexia can strike out for a 204, and Jodie can strike out for a 214. A little bit light, but definitely a much needed strike. Yeah, a little bit quick there from Jodie. Answering a question from Anthony Hamilton to the laughs of John McCall, saying I wouldn't be able to fill the shoes of Michael Cole at this point. Well, Michael Cole has been in his job for 20 years, so obviously he's doing something right. And saying my colour commentator needs a Red Bull or something, well, he is currently drinking a jug of Furphy, so maybe that'll put a bit of pep in his step. Back to you. Jenny in the 10th. Oh, she loved it. And such grace on the ride.
Vintage ride from Jenny.
Vintage Jenny. That's vintage Jenny Burton Douglas. Vintage. Bree going for 3 in a row. Looks a little inside, but it... Oh, my goodness.
That leave looks to be as tough as a $2 steak.
Yeah, tougher than a $2 steak to spare that one. Jenny going for a double. Oh! Ring 10 there for Jenny. So Bree finishes up with a 167 after the controversy at the start there. Nice spare there from Jenny. So Jenny finishes on a 188. Still just sniffing around that 12th spot. That should be enough to keep her there at this point, but she definitely like, you know, a big 230 plus next game. Hits him thin, makes him spin. Jody can finish out the 10 here for a 182. Lexia, with an open in the 9th, can strike out for a 180. Great shot. Nearly got the Newman on the 10. Nice double there in the 10th for Jody, saving the game. Great finish there from Jody. So Jody finishes on a 182. Alexia just about to bowl her fill ball. Strike will give her 170. Just looking around to see who we'll have on the next game. Little wide on that one. Nearly gets the trip too. 169 there for Alexia. So she'll definitely be looking to bounce back next game.
Brendan Meads.
So yeah, so next game got Brendan Meads and
Troy Garland.
Yeah, we've got Troy Gaillard and Lachlan Merchant again. We've got Brendan Meads and Drew Charlton. Veteran of many Rockways, Drew. Alright, so on our feature pairs this game, so on lane 9 we've got Braden and Michael once again. Lane 10 we've got Craig Navat from New Zealand. And we have an Andrew MacArthur from Northern Territory. Lane 11 we have Alison Oakley and Cheryl, can't quite see who it is, but I'll just tell you in a moment. On lane 12, we've got Amy Brown and Yvette Thompson. And so with Allison on lane 11, we have Cheryl Womack. Nice shot there from Lachlan, looking to get back into it after a bit of a rough start. Bit of a treat for the viewers. So next game we'll have Kelly Kulik on the featured pair.
Scores after the first block.
Nice. Alright, so quick score update here. So I'll run 1 to 2. Actually, I'll go the full 24 this time, just to give you a bit of an idea of where everyone's at. So in 24th, we had Jaden Lemming on 540. 23rd, Ryan Edgar, 549. 22nd, Lachlan Merchant, 562. 21st, Craig Nabat, 566. 20th, Brad Goss, 573. 19th, Ben Allison, 575. 18th, Robin Townsend, 586. 17th, Cameron Johnson, also 586. 16th, Braden Nilsson, 588. 15th, Drew Charlton, 591. 14th, Stephen Reynolds, 597. 13th, Adam Hayes, 602. Top 12, so in 12th place, Derek Adams, 607. 11th, Vince Romeo, 608. 10th, Paul Trotter, 611. 9th, Ashley Riley, 616. 8th, Brendan Mead, 619. 7th, Scott Robertson, 622. 6th, Troy Gaylard, 627. 5th, Michael Murray, 649. 4th, Andrew McArthur, 650. 3rd, Ashley Warren, 682. 2nd, Matt Cox, 714. And in 1st, Morty Douglas on 731. So there's definitely a lot of people just with one good game could just jump up into the top 12. So will make for quite an exciting finish. In the ladies, so in 24th, Sarah Heath, 484. 23rd, Alexia Hicks, 494. So defending champion in a bit of trouble early here. 22nd, Cheryl Womack, 513. 21st, Jamie Maglieri, 526. 20th, Yvette Thompson, 530. 19th, Jenny Notman, 535. 18th, Melissa Ann Fisher, 543. 17th, Lauren Tate, 547. 16th, Jamie Lee Spiller, 552. 15th, Jess Allen, 553. 14th, Natasha McRae, 561. 13th, Christine Rota, 562. 12th, Jenny Burton Douglas, 564. 11th, Brie McPherson, 565. 10th, Morgan James, 568. 9th, Joanne Babick, 575. 8th, Kerry D, 575. 7th, Amy Brown, 586. 6th, Sian Ottaviano in 595. 5th, Beck Martin, 599. 4th, Alison Oakley, 605. 3rd, Jodie Koss, 613. 2nd, Dina Buxton on 682. And in 1st, from the United States, Kelly Kulik on 692. So once again, in the women's, it's all very close. One big game could definitely decide quite a few spots. Right, so 7 pin there for Troy. So Meadsy's actually stepping up here for the front 4. And he gets it. So yeah, Meadsy's just got that particular speed and roll where he can actually miss a little bit right and still recover. So definitely helps him on this pattern. Nice spare there from Amy. Oh, big scout on the 9 pin there for Drew.
Absolute slobbing off that.
Chops the spare there, Cheryl. Head just coming up just a little bit light. Looks like Lachlan's just opening up the lane, maybe slowing his ball speed out, trying to copy what Brendan's doing.
Probably one of the better guys to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Lachlan can definitely slow hook a lane.
A lot of hand on him, very smooth release.
Yeah,
Good ball speed for him.
definitely.
And probably one of the most repeatable shots in Australia.
That's why he's in the Australian team. Heading overseas very, very soon.
Helped men's teams to a double. The Asian.
That's it. Who will bowl trios with Sam Cooley and Jason Belmonte is the question. Meadsy definitely pulled that one off the hand. Double there from Craig Navat. So Craig's gone double, 9 spare double. Miss there from Andrew. That puts Andrew, so he's gone 9 spare strike, 9 miss. Raiden has 59 in the third of a spare in the fourth. Nice spare there from Brendan.
Very tight on the 9 pin.
And Michael Murray 44 in the third with a strike in the fourth. Oh, and a Newman there from Allison. Gives her a nice little double there early. Amy just takes the 2 there. Count will be very important as we come closer to the end of the 6th game. Lachlan for a double. Yeah, he didn't quite get all of that off the hand. It was maybe just a little bit quick. Big split there from Andrew MacArthur. Great shot there from Drew. Yeah, it's a little bit wide there from Yvette. Yeah, a little bit inside from Cheryl there. Great shot from Troy. Troy did have a 300 this week, and when he gets striking, he has it on an absolute string. Once again, Wyncity Bowling Entertainment's Facebook page to ask your questions. Any guest commentator requests can help you out. Nice shot there from Lachlan. Needs a big game in this one. Still a lot to play for. There's like about 50 pins between last and 12th, so one big game here from Lachlan could move up quite a few. Yeah, it looks like Braden's just having a little bit of trouble on this pair. Nice spare there from Allison. With the big earn rose ball. Oh, and there's the trip too. That gives Drew a very handy 3 in a row. Michael Murray for 3 in a row. Yeah, just a bit inside. Knew it off the hand. Great shot there from Cheryl. So that spare gives Andrew MacArthur a 76 in the 5th with us, 9 spare in the 6th. Craig Navatt still stringing strikes together. He's on 3 in a row currently. Can strike out for a 279. Spare there from Michael. So Braden has 102 in the 6th. Can strike out for a 222. Michael's with the spare. Can finish with 232 if he strikes out. Nice shot there from Braden. So Amy coming up for a double here. Looks a bit inside. Yeah. She pulled up on out of that one pretty quickly. Like it definitely looked left off the hand. Nice spare there from Allison. So with the spare, Allison can still get a 235 here. Cheryl can strike out for a 237. Amy can finish off with a 180. Great shot there from Lachlan for a double. So Lachlan can finish with a 259.
He's definitely finding that groove.
Yeah, he's got the groove going. Nice spare there from Drew. So that will give Drew a maximum of 237. Troy can still get 247. And Brendan can finish with a 253 if he strikes out.
It's like a ball change from Brandon after a couple of wayward shots.
Yeah.
Still no luck.
Definitely. Great shot there from Troy. Great shot there from Amy. She'll definitely be looking to finish strong after a bit of a slow start this game.
Tough game from Braden on lane 10. Just can't seem to find the groove.
Yeah, Allison with the 2-8 is keeping the game solid though, so Looks a little bit wide, but it's coming back. Oh, the Wyncity 7. Big split there from Mike Murray. Definitely not what he was after a very strong start. What? Oh, he got it!
Great spare there.
4-6-7. Massive spare there from Michael Murray. Bounced the 7 out. Wow.
Definitely throw with a lot of power.
John McCall, eat your heart out. Yeah, a little bit left off the hand there for Cheryl.
Can only just see it. Big 4 count on lane 8.
Yeah, who was that from?
Takes the 1, 2, 5, 8. Bit unlucky there.
Do we know who that was from?
Oh, there we go.
Great shot there from Brendan. Nice ball change. Striking the 9th can still get 241, so no trouble yet for Brendan in this game.
Looks like the 4
Great
count
shot
was
there from Troy. Absolutely pounded the pocket.
4 count from Alexia Hicks.
Alexia. The epic 4 count. She was looking for the trip 4 on that one, but not to be. Oh, great shot there from Drew. Bit unlucky there. Lachlan with the strike in the 9th, so...
Wasn't too impressed with it.
No, he wasn't. But the ball did hold its line, so Troy can strike out here for a 247 in the 10th frame. Lachlan can get 238 if he strikes out in the 10th. Brendan, as I mentioned, 241 is possible. And Drew can strike out in the 10th for a 225, so a bit of a high-scoring pair this game, 13-14. Oh, would you believe it? Absolute flush 8-pin there from Troy. Scout did come across, but wasn't to be. Nice shot there from Andrew MacArthur.
A little wider
Meadsy.
approach for Brendan Meads.
And he
slaps the 5 out.
Slaps the 5 out. So Craig Navat getting up here in the 9th frame. Still a maximum 245. Great shot there from Craig.
Definitely playing a straighter line. Keeping things simple.
Nice shot there from Braden. That actually gives him 3 in a row, so he's finding a bit of a groove late here. The strike there in the 9th can give Braden a maximum 222. Double in the 10th there for Meads. He puts him in potentially in the 240s with a 9 count on the fill. It's a pinch high again there from Amy. And there's the messenger from Andrew MacArthur. Alright, so the 9 there gives Troy a 225. A flat 10 there from Michael. And a nice spare from Allison. Alright, so the 3 in the 10th there for Meads. He gives him a 241 game.
looking to extend that gap he has on 12th spot.
Definitely.
Keeping himself in the game.
Very handy, just with how close it is at the moment. Nice spare there from Amy. So they're on lane 11 and 12. So Allison could strike out in the 10th for a 203. Cheryl can punch the 9th and 10th here for a 191. Amy can strike out the 10th for a 179. And Yvette could go the 9th and 10th here for a 187. Lachlan, great shot. First one in the 10th. So one more in the 10th here will put him in the 230s. Hits them thin, but they all go down. One more in the 10th will give Drew, or put Drew in the 220s, I should say.
Wide.
Yeah.
Comes back for Yvette.
Little bit there, little bit wide there for Yvette. Craig up in the 10th. And there's the Wyncity 7 on lane 9.
Messenger coming for it, but looks like the head pin just got in the way.
Here we go. And then Newman takes out the 10. I don't think Jason Newman has ever covered that much lane though.
Wow.
Just a little bit light on the 2 pin there from Yvette.
Good spare there from Braden. Super 4 pin. Keeps himself in contention. 211.
Great shot there from Drew.
Bit of a slump in the last game.
Yes. So nice 211 there for Braden.
Definitely keep him up there in contention. Hovering around the 15 mark. Inside from Lachlan, but holds line. I wasn't happy with it at all.
Rick James Unity from Lachlan. 238. Definitely what he needed after a slow start. Looked a little bit inside there from Michael, but it did hold. Looks like the lanes are just starting to break down, and I think there's going to be some huge scores in the last couple of games here. Oh, big 4. Alright, so Amy takes the 2 there. Finishes on 167. Craig Navat from New Zealand did finish on 222. Braden from WA, 211. Michael spares his 10 pin, it'll give him a 186. Great shot there from Cheryl.
Really gets the 10 out.
Yes,
Unfortunate no 7-10. There would have been 2 big split conversions in one game.
it would have.
Just a personal shout out to Dave Hurst. Bringing up a can of Canadian Club.
He is.
Dry on this Perthes.
Yes. Oh, Dave Frothies Hurst producing the goods once again. Great shot there from Cheryl. Handy double in the 10th. So Allison finished on a 177. The 9, nice finish there from Cheryl. Gives her a 168. And a 153 there from Yvette. So as a couple of stragglers just finish up their games, we will have Kelly Kulik on lanes 11 and 12 next game. So a treat there for the viewers. I'm sure she'll definitely be around the business end tomorrow. Alright, back here for game 5. So, we've got some names here. So, on lane 9 and 10, we've got Brendan and Drew once again. Lane 10, we've got Robert Townsend and Jaden Lemming. A couple of former Australian team reps. On lane 11, so we've got Natasha McRae and Kelly Kulik from the USA. So on lane 12 we've got Kerry D and Morgan James. On lane 13 we've got the big dog Adam Hayes and Ashley Riley going for his 5th Australian Masters win. And on lane 14 Craig Navette and Andrew MacArthur. And then as Adam Hayes trips to 2-8. Handy start.
Definitely feel he has a potential to be in the trios pairing with
Definitely.
Sam Cooley and Belmont.
Definitely.
He's a very knowledgeable man.
And he is the big dog, let's not forget. Great shot there from Andrew. So nice pair to start the game there for Natasha. Just 2 pin there from Ash. Just looked a little bit wide. A little bit light there from Drew. So Kelly Kulik steps up on lane 11 for a first shot on the live stream. Great shot there from Kelly. You name it, she's won it. And it's definitely a treat for Australians here to be watching such a professional at work. Nice shot there from Jaden. Great spare there from Morgan. Yeah, definitely looked a little bit wide, that one. Rookie there for Kerry. Nice double there for Craig. This definitely looks to be the pair, 13 and 14. You've really got to make the most of your scores once you get on there. Nice shot from Bobby Townsend. Great shot there from Drew. The strikes definitely look to be coming thick and fast now. And there's the Newman from Jaden. Yeah, looked a bit quick on that one, did Ash? Great shot there from Kelly. And a nice spare from Ash. Ash Riley, of course, is the 3rd most recognisable athlete in the history of Tasmania. Behind only Daniel Gill and David Foster.
Not a lot coming out from Tasmania these days.
But Ash Riley is definitely a constant.
100%.
Great shot there from the big dog. On a personal note, definitely very happy for Adam representing Australia this year for the first time. Puts in a lot of work, helps a lot of people, and he deserves the honour. So congratulations, Adam, no matter what happens in this tournament.
Truly the big dog.
Pair of strikes there, one for Craig, one for Natasha. Gives Craig 3 in a row. And he got it. I still think he's just, yeah, he looks like he's just still trying to figure that lane out. Strikes coming everywhere. Another one for there for Drew. Yeah, that one looked a little bit inside off the hand. Make it 4 in a row for Craig. Nice spare there from Morgan. once we have a score update readily available, I'll put it up as quickly as possible. Yeah, there's definitely got to be that part of, you know, intimidation when you're bowling on a pair of a professional bowler. You know, I've done it a couple of times, you know, play Belmo. You just see these people that you look up to as a bowler, and it is definitely hard to bowl with them. So you just got to keep your head down, bowl your own game, not worry about what they think of you, because they're just looking at their own game as well. So. And it looks like, you know, this game, no one's opened on that pair, so they're all doing quite a good job. But it's definitely there in the back of your mind, and they would be feeling it. Natasha did get to bowl with Kelly the other night, though, so that definitely helps to get those nerves out of the way. And a double there from Ash. Nice spare there from Tash. And Tash has been around the scene for a long time, just coming back recently, so, you know, I don't think bowling of Kelly is going to worry her too much.
Scores updates.
And we have a score update. So, Ashley Warren has jumped quite huge. So he is actually in first on 940. His last two games he's gone 285, 258. Second, Morty Douglas on 937. Third, Matt Cox on 892. Fourth, Brendan Meads 860. Fifth, Troy Gaylard 852. Sixth, Ashley Riley 851. Seventh, Scott Robertson 845. Eighth, Michael Murray 835. Ninth, Andrew MacArthur 831. 10th, Derek Adams 828. 11th, Paul Trotter on 814. And we actually have a tie for 12th currently, so Stephen Reynolds and Robert Townsend both on 813. And then Drew Charlton just behind on 811. Ben Allison and Lachlan Merchant both on 800. Lachlan made a big jump that game. Braden Nelson 799. Vince Romeo 798. Adam Hayes 791. Craig Navat 788. So then just there you've got quite a few people within about 30 pins of each other. So one big game is definitely going to sort a lot of the men out from the boys in this qualifying. Cameron Johnson 768 on 21st. Jaden Lemming 764. Ryan Edgar 738 and Brad Goss 729, bringing up the rear in 24th. To the women's, so Kelly Kulik in first 895. Dina Buxton second 891. Jodie Koss third on 812. Fourth, Jamie Lee Spiller 796. Fifth, Sian Ottaviano in 792. Sixth, Melissa Ann Fisher 789. Seventh, Alison Oakley on 782. Eighth, Jenny Notman 779. Ninth, Beck Martin 767. 10th, Kerry D 766. 11th, Jamie Maglieri 756. In 12th, Amy Brown on 753. And then just behind her on 752 is Morgan James. 14th, Bree McPherson 745. 15th, Christine Rotta on 744. Jess Allen in 16th on 742. Joanne Babick on 740. Jenny Burton Douglas on 736. 19th, Natasha McRae 732. 20th, Lauren Tate 730. 21st, Yvette Thompson 683. 22nd, Cheryl Womack on 681. 23rd, Sarah Heath on 662. And defending champion Alexi Hicks in a lot of trouble on 653. So Alexi's going to need a couple of huge games in these last two to keep her title defence alive. A nice spare there from Kelly. And a nice strike from Ash. So 13 and 14, Craig Navat has the front six. Adam Hayes has gone strike spare four bagger. That keeps Andrew McArthur on about 2:06 pace. Natasha has 79 in the fourth with a strike in the fifth. Kerry here has 89 in the fourth with a strike in the fifth. Morgan James was going for a Dutch 200 at the moment. Kelly Kulik has 88 in the fourth with a spare in the fifth. Yeah, doesn't quite get the front seven there, so that ends his streak at 6. Robert Townsend's bowling very well on lane 9. Got 89 in the fourth with a double in the fifth and sixth. Jaden Lemming has gone
front 4 and 8 spare for another strike.
Yep.
He'd be a guy looking to
Yeah,
a couple of games.
Jaden can definitely pick out a couple of big games.
I think Jaden and Lachlan could be a couple to look out for. Maybe just scraping into the next stage tomorrow. And definitely be looking to pick up their performance there.
So Robert, 7-10. Huge 7-10 from Kelly. So Robert Townsend, yep, is doing well. Jaden, front 4, 8 spare strike. Brendan Meads has got 106 in the fifth with a strike in the sixth. And Drew, 118 in the fifth with a strike in the sixth. And there's the Wyncity 7 for the big dog.
Won't like seeing that. Just the one for Kelly.
Great shot there from Andrew. Oh, and there's a scout for
Just
Jaden.
getting the 9 out.
Jaden definitely needs to keep striking here. Great shot there from Kerry. So Morgan has gone spare strike, spare strike, spare strike. So would really love a double here. Great shot there from Tash.
Really
Gives her 3 in a row. So 109 in the fifth, with double in the sixth and seventh.
Do you think that helps settle nerves when on the lanes with a pro is getting off to a really fast start?
Definitely. And she's done quite well here. 259 is possible. Ash looks a little bit confused on that one. Nice shot there from Meadsy.
It's like the ball change he made in the last game really worked into good
Definitely.
effect. Always smart with his ball choice.
Absolutely. Ash just whiffing the free 6-10 there. Kelly looks to be going through a little bit of a transitional period at the moment, but I'd say she's probably been through that a time or two and she knows how to handle it. Maybe, perhaps. Oh, 9 pin there for Drew. The big dog back onto the strikes.
Just gets that 7 out.
He does.
Gets the head pin into a nice position on that wall.
Yes. Nice spare there from Kelly. It's actually looking like at this stage she might actually have the low game on the pair. So what I said about being nervous around pros, completely invalid. Nice shot there from Craig.
Definitely want to.
The roll actually stepped up.
Show her up here.
They've rose to the occasion, definitely.
A lot of them would probably feel it's a huge achievement to be on a pair with Kelly and probably throw a higher score than it.
There's the Brooklyn double there from Kerry. Ash just coming in a little bit light again there. Thought that was gone.
Just doesn't get carried.
Yeah, Natasha definitely has a lot of passion when she bowls, and by her reaction, I thought that 8 pin was gone. Ash misses a single pin. Don't see that very often at all. Wyncity 7 there from Drew. Just a little bit quicker and a little bit wide. Not the combination you want. Natasha misses a single pin.
I'm late in the game, 8th frame.
I'm very frustrated by that. She's very hard on herself, Natasha. So she will not like that miss whatsoever.
Great shot there from Adam.
The big dog Adam Hayes can strike out for a 259.
Found a bit of form here, looking to pull himself up. Currently in 19th.
Great shot there from Kelly. So some big games going on in lanes 9 and 10. So Brendan can strike out in the 10th here for 256. Drew can finish on 236 with 3 in the 10th. Robert, first one in the 10th. Great shot there. So with that one, he can finish on a 247 with 2 more in the 10th. Yeah, a little bit inside and a little bit slow on that one, Meadsy. Another great shot there by Kerry. Also Jaden Lemming, so he did have the open in the 9th, but can actually still finish with 241, with 3 in the 10th. A 10 pin there from Robert, so that puts him in the 230s. Great shot there from Big Red, Andrew MacArthur.
Another missed single pin from Natasha.
Yeah, she would not be liking that at all. So with the opens in the 8th and 9th there from Tash, give her a 205 if she gets 3 in the 10th. Kerry, currently on 3 in a row, can actually finish with 249. Morgan's still on Dutch 200 pace with this very off-spot 8 pin on lane 12. Another great shot there from Craig. Meadsy finishing there on a 233.
Jaden Lemon with a 4 pin. Still finished with a 231.
Great shot there from Kelly. Yeah, oh, here we go. Oi!
Just too late.
Just a little bit soft. So with a spare here, Craig will have 249. If Adam goes spare strike, he'll get 238. Covers it nicely.
Jaden Lemon goes 7 for a 228. Definitely will has potential to make some pins up there.
Definitely. The only trouble is like looking around here, there's quite a few big games going on at the moment, so
definitely starting to come out with high scores.
he needs
a bit of a
to
slow start.
definitely. So he needs to definitely have another big one next game. Nice spare there. So 249 for Craig. Split there from Kerry. not what she was after. She did have a big game going there. So, Robert Townsend 236, Jaden Lemming on 228, Brennan Meads 233.
Another open for Natasha, leaving the 5 just not getting
So,
that.
yeah, 184 there from Tasha. We're disappointed with that. So, Kerry finishes on 235. Great game there from Kerry. Definitely stepped up on the feature pairs. Ash looking for a double, first one in the 10th. Yeah, great shot there from Ash. Can strike the 10th out for a 201. And he would definitely need it with the big games going on at the moment.
That's another thing, knowing that you're on a live pair with people watching at home.
Yeah.
Is there added sense of pressure there as well? Or?
Definitely, but I'd say for Ash, he's bowled on TV quite a few times. He's been there, done that. But definitely, if you're someone that hasn't bowled on a TV pair with people watching, and they know people are watching, it's definitely a bit daunting, I'd say, the first time. Just looking there on lane 16, Zadina Buxton just had a 280. So that'll just put her ahead of Kelly now. Oh, a light one there for Ash.
Could definitely see Dina taking it to Kelly in the later stages.
Definitely.
I think if she can take herself to the finals, get to a head-to-head stage with it, I can definitely see her performing well. Jodie Cos is another one.
Absolutely, and don't forget tomorrow, you've got the top 4 that haven't bowled tonight.
A lot of big names.
A lot of
coming from both
names,
sides,
a lot of
from
ability.
Women and men.
Absolutely. So Andrew McCarthy finishes there on 246. Great game for him. 9 there gives Ashley 200 exactly. So Kelly, if she strikes here on the field, will finish with 203. Great shot there from Kelly, so 203. Oh, great spare there from Morgan, sparing the 6-7. Gives her a 188 game. So yeah, definitely, Kelly Kulik's the obvious favourite to win the whole thing, but these Australian women definitely want to show that we can match it with the best in the world.
Over 3 games, it's you've only got to win 2 of them, so
Absolutely, and I think Kelly will be there at the end, but once you get to the last 8, best 2 out of 3, anything can happen. And there's a lot of women that are good enough to make something happen.
it's a sport of luck, definitely.
Definitely a little bit of luck involved in bowling.
It'll definitely come through in the finals as well.
Ability will definitely pay the bills, but a little bit of luck is what you need for championships.
So there's 1 or 2 frames. Just need that luck and it'll help get you that extra edge over the line.
Okay, so just to answer Andrew Phillips' statement there, it says he believes Ash last missed a single pin in 2006. I do remember that single pin that he missed. It was a 7-pin against Max Stewart, and it did cost him a place in the finals of the Masters, so one to forget for Ash for sure. Hot off the press, we've got the new standings after 5 games. So Ashley Warren, I'm just going to go the last 12, or first 12, and then a couple that are close. So in first, Ashley Warren on 11.86. He's bowled huge the last 3 games. Troy Gaylard on 11.21. Morty Douglas third on 1100. Matt Cox fourth on 10.95. Brennan Meads 10.93. Paul Trotter in 6th on 10.83. Andrew MacArthur 7th on 10.77. Ash Riley is 8th on 10.51. Michael Murray is also 8th on 10.51. Robert Townsend in 10th on 10.49. Craig Nevada 11th on 10.37. Drew Charlton 12th on 10.35. Adam Hayes just behind on 10.29 in 13th. Steve Reynolds on 10.19 in 14th. And Scott Robertson on 10.09 in 15th. And then you've got a few that are just behind. So anything can happen here. Like one huge game could be the absolute difference. In the women's, so Dina Buxton's taken the lead. She's on 11.71 after that 280. Kelly Kulik second on 10.98. Jodie Koss third on 10.24. Melissa Ann Fisher on 10.16. Kerry D on 1001. Sian Ottaviano on 9.90. Beck Martin on 9.79. Jamie Maglieri in 8th on 9.67. Jamie Lee Spiller on 9.66 in 9th. Jenny Notman 10th and 9.64. Bree McPherson 9.56. Rounding out the top 12, we have Morgan James on 9.40. Just behind is Alison Oakley on 9.30. Lauren Tate 9.27. Jess Allen 9.22. Joanne Babick 9.22. It looks like there is less than 40 pins between 12th and 20th, so a lot can happen here in the women's. On the feature pairs here, so on lane 13 we've got Robert Townsend and Jaden Lemming, and then on lane 14 we have Cameron Johnson and Ryan Edgar. On lane 11 we have Joanne Babick and Jamie Lee Spiller. Lane 12 we've got Dina Buxton. A strike here actually give her 12 in a row, and then also with her we have Jamie Maglieri. Make it 12 in a row for Dina. Nice little phantom 300. And then on lane... Actually, let's see who we have on lane 9 and 10.
Jaden Levy just throwing it tight. Keeping it simple. Definitely looking for a big push here.
Yeah, it needs a huge game.
Climbed up a bit with these 228 last. Still a little bit off, but it's pretty tight.
And then on lane 9 we've got Big Dog Adam Hayes and Ashley Riley, and on lane 10 Steve Reynolds and Brad Goss from Tassie.
Wide on the 10 there from Ryan.
Yeah.
What a game to go, only the second frame, so Adam Hayes missing a very tough, simple looking spare conversion. The 3.69.10, Adam's tougher than it looks.
Adam's right on the bubble, so he needs to bounce back from that and quickly. 13 in a row for Dina. She is absolutely on fire. Making a statement here in the last couple of games. Brooklyn there from Ash. Also his first Brooklyn since 2006. Nice spare from Robert Townsend. Yeah, looking around here, I'm seeing doubles and turkeys just absolutely everywhere. So These guys are going to have to shoot big, or they are going home early. Great shot there from Steve Reynolds. Yeah, looks like a bit of a tie pair. Ashley with the double to start. But other than that, that was the first strike out of the other three on lane 9 and 10. A little bit light there from Adam. Great shot there from Ryan. Back on track. Nice shot there from Brad. A little bit lucky from Jaden, but he'll take it. He liked it. Hamming it up. And the streak ends at 13 for Dina, so flat 10 can still finish over 279. And the amount of strikes she's throwing and the way she's throwing it, she'll look to keep that message to Kelly Hewlett going for tomorrow. Dina, of course, a former winner of this event, and recently went to the Pro Tour earlier this year, so that experience is definitely helping Dina out today. Oh, how did that miss? Yeah, that was very wide there from Jaden. Turned his back on that one quite quick. Nice shot there from Jamie. Just leaves the flat 10. Spiller going for the front 4. Great shot there from Jamie Lee Spiller. Of course, got the shirt swap she was after this year. Did swap Rockway shirts with the great Mark Perry from Tasmania. Yeah, Adam's in a lot of trouble here. Through 4 frames, still hasn't struck. And looking around, there's just strikes everywhere. Nice spare there from Steve Reynolds. Yeah, that one just pushed a little bit too far, leaving the 5-7 Joanne. Yeah, Adam's going to need to sort this out pretty quick. He's almost got to punch out. Yeah, flat 10 there from Brad. Robert Townsend getting a little bit annoyed with himself. Great spare there from Joanne Babick. And a nice shot there from Ryan. Ash going for the front 4. He gets it. Nice little can opener. Did everything wrong, pulled it, fell off the shot, bowled it too quick, and got the strike. Spiller for the front 5. A little bit wide, but gets the light one. Spiller did have a 289 in round 1, the front 10, so looking to replicate that and actually go probably 2 better Great shot there from Jaden Lemming. And a great shot there from Joe Babick. Dina again, so double there in the 5th and 6th, keeps her on 279 pace. Light Brooklyn there from Robbie, he'll take it. Make it the front 6 for Spiller. Nice spare there from Hazy. So with that spare, Adam can strike out for a 219 after the 5th frame. So it's all or nothing now for Adam. Nice shot there from Brad. Nice spare there from Jaden, but you can just kind of feel the frustration from him at the moment. He's just on that bubble, needs a big game. Front 5 for Ash. Great shot there from Robert. So it's a double in the 6th and 7th. Can punch out for a 234. A little bit quick there from Joanne.
Buxton on a roll.
She's on a roll, still going. And
Doesn't
John
look
is
like
back.
she can ever miss.
Nice shot there from Big Steve Reynolds. And a great reply there from Jaden. He really needs it, as many as he can get at this point.
Looks like he's dialed in.
Yeah, he is. It's just all about the carry at this stage for Jaden.
Definitely looks like he knows what he needs to make it through, but just comes down to execution now.
Nice spare there from Cameron, so he's on a solid 200 pace. Yeah.
Adam doesn't look to be too comfortable
No,
on this pet.
he's not comfortable at all.
We'll need to find a groove very soon if he looks to make it through.
Jamie looking for the lucky one there, not to be. Spiller going for the front 7. And leaves a solid 5-pin. Not ideal, but she'll take her medicine and go for 279. Nice spare there from Spiller. Great shot. Yeah, a little bit light there from Ash. So his streak ends at the front 5. Nice Brooklyn there from Joe. Can punch out for a 204. Another great shot there from Dina. Make it 4 in a row. So after the 8th frame, Dina can strike out for a 279. Oh, and he trips the 2-8.
Definitely what he wanted there.
Definitely, and needs everything he can get.
Will no doubt be very happy with that shot. And the result.
Stone cold wobbly 7-pin there from Jamie. She's having some fun, which is good to see always. A little bit high there from Joe, leaving the 4-pin. Steve chops the 2-5.
Not what you want. Late, making a...
Cam Johnson going for a double. Takes the Brooklyn.
Very happy for it. Can still make a case here. Not too far behind.
Can finish shut at the 10th with a 232. Great shot there from Dina.
Very strong case for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
They're looking to refresh and start again from where she picked up today.
Yeah, Ash a little bit high there, not happy with himself. Great shot there from Ryan. Great shot there from Brad. And a nice spare from Robert.
Touch high from Jay.
Spiller going for a double in the 9th. Yeah, a little bit flat on that lane again, leaving the 10. Needs it and gets it. Looked a little bit left off the hand, but held its line. Great shot there from Steve. Oh, big scout there from Robert Townsend. Can punch out the 10 frame here for a 202.
Adam Hayes on lane 10 really struggling here.
Yeah, he's struggling a lot.
94 in what looks to be the 7th.
First strike of the game there. So Robert really needs another one because he's sitting in 10th at the moment and there's a lot of people throwing some huge games. Another 5-7. No. No, just a 7-pin there for Joe. Dina stepping up here in the 10th. Can punch out the 10 for a 279 on the back of her 280. Yeah.
Touch wide off her hand.
Touch wide, a little bit quick as well. She'll take the spare for a 250.
That was a bit high. Townsend. Probably needed that one to almost guarantee him a spot. Still could be safe here.
Nice spare there from Joe. Great spare there from Dina. Puts her in the 250s. Oh, the handy Brooklyn there from Cameron.
232.
Nice 232 there for Cam.
Gives him a chance.
Definitely gives him a chance.
Sitting just behind Jaden Lemon, who's stepping up now in the 10. Hit inside, gets it out.
Gets it.
Combination of inside and fast with the feet.
So Jaden was, before this game, no, I don't think he can catch Robert here. He's just going to fall short of Robert if he bags out.
Still gives him a chance at top 12. Maybe
Definitely.
Tomorrow.
Definitely still a chance, but needs another one.
Also an Australian representative, the 2014...
Ash Riley
World
just
Met.
dabbed. A horrible dab. Oh! Massive shot there from Jaden.
Definitely crucial in these final stages.
He really needed it. Really needed that one.
I believe Jaden medalled in the men's teams.
He did.
2014 World Met. To finish, gets to the late 9.
So 247 there from Jaden. Definitely needed that. Dina Buxton finishes on 255. Joanne Babick on 173. Spiller can strike here for a 248. Yeah, and she gets it. So 248 for Spiller. 189 for Jamie Maglieri. 201 for Robert Townsend. 247 for Jaden Lemming. 232 for Cameron Johnston. And a spare here will give Ryan Edgar a 185. Adam Hayes can or needs a strike here for any possible chance. No, that's the end of his campaign. So 184 there for Ryan. Spare there for Hazy. Nice spare there for Steve.
Just nudges there.
So Steve can strike on the field ball for a 193. Another 6 there for Adam. So that gives Adam a 156, and that would be the end of his campaign this year. 192 there for Stephen Reynolds. Brad Goss can finish out the 10th here for a 210 if he strikes out. Ashley Riley can strike out for a 267. That will put him through to tomorrow. The legend of Ash continues. Nice shot there from Brad. Yeah, a little bit quick. Looks like he got around that on the release. but can spare and strike for a 246. Solid 9 there from Brad. Can spare it for a 200. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see the scores here, because I did see quite a few big 200s around the place. We'll try and get you an update as soon as everyone finishes bowling here. Spare there from Brad. So Ash can strike here on the field ball for a 246, and he will be through to tomorrow.
Good boys.
245 there for Ash. So it looks like there's just a couple of pairs just finishing up. See if we can get those live updates straight away once all the lanes have turned off. Okay, so everyone's just finished. It looks like they're going to very quickly have those scores to John, and he's going to announce it. Thanks everyone who tuned in tonight too to watch live, and I will be back tomorrow morning and we'll cover this whole thing from start to finish. And tomorrow we will crown a new champion in both divisions. So it looks like Alexia may have she may have missed out on the final 16, and George Fillingos, last year's champion, is in bowling. So new champions this year. And here we go. Here's the announcement. No ties in the women's. We did, of course, have 2 ties in the guys earlier. Wow, Jade Lemming with that big last game just snuck into the last 12. So the 12 that got through will join the top 4 tomorrow morning. So warm-up will start at 8:55 tomorrow morning. So we'll be here live from 9 AM with the commentary and the live stream on the same pairs. We're down to the business end. Signing off for the evening. Thank you.